So, Kosovo. Well, from my research, which takes like half a minute, uh, whatever I could find about this region, they say it's an independent country. It's actually a country, but I guess Google not exactly agree because they didn't give exactly the hard borders. So I guess they kind of think of them like a region from Serbia with like I think like 90% Albanians there. So we're gonna treat them as a country for now. I guess it might spark some debate in a comment section a few years from now. Who knows? But they seems to consider it a country, so we're gonna go with that. It's just a detail. It doesn't matter if you consider it a country or just a part of Serbia, or a region, or separate, or whatever you wanna call it. We're gonna look at them today. Let's see how well they're doing, how things are going up for them. There, population wise, on that side that I usually use, I couldn't find it, so I'm gonna go with this number: 1.5 million people in this region. It's kind of a small region for so many people, but we'll see how well they're doing. So yeah, I'm gonna go again with the street view and 360 that they have here, but not having that clear border. I'm gonna go back and forward to see how things going up there. So uh, Kosovo, yes, they have that war there, but now seems to do pretty well. I mean, look at this. That's pretty nice. They have a waterfall. I mean, if you just show me this shot right here, I would say just this one. I would say, yeah, that's Australia right there. It just have that vibe. It just feels like that to me. And it's not a bad sign. I mean, we start pretty strong. I mean, yeah, we got pretty strong already. This is a border town. What is this one? Again, I don't have that map, so if I spill over in Albania just for a little bit, just to know, I mean, like they're already 90% Albanian, so I guess that doesn't change that much. Wow, that's a really nice house. Probably it's for renting, but it does look very nice. That's good. That's like a dream house. I don't know who built that right there, and clearly they have a few more of those there, but they seems to do pretty well. This one they did really pretty well. In the mountains, they're doing again. It's a landlocked country. I have to say it again. Um, yeah, so far so good. I guess we're gonna go in the main cities. Things are gonna go downhill pretty fast, but we are not there yet. So yeah, hopefully again I am still in Kosovo for that reason. I cannot find exactly the border. So yeah, I think we are. Let's go in the northern part here. Let's see what we can find here. Not that many street views. So yeah, I guess they have to work on that chapter with street views and 360. This is from 2015, and yeah, very countryside, I would say, but looks very nice in the same time. Pretty good, pretty good. What else do they have here? They have here some. I kind of like to see those 360s and street views in those remote regions. Just kind of feels better. This one, not so much. I mean, those are really old houses. This is 2019. I mean, those cars are more expensive probably than the house that they live in. So even probably nicer. Who knows? Yeah, this one doesn't look so great, my opinion at least. What else can I offer here? Well, we have some sort of a town here. We're not gonna call it a city, obviously, but it clearly is like a brand new one. Yeah, judging by the houses. Unfortunately, they don't have exactly a decent urban code because they kind of jam everyone. I mean, look at this from above. They clearly new construction, but kind of jam everyone together. It doesn't feel that spacey. So yeah, does the urban code still hold some value? Yes, it does, in my opinion, and everyone should have one. A good one, a reasonable one, not an insane one that you cannot build anything or makes everything way too expensive. It's just the land size, the distance between the houses, and how tall you can build, pretty much. That's it. You don't need to have that many rows there, I would say. That's pretty fucked up, I would say. Again, I have something against those apartment buildings. It's my thing. It is what it is. I hate them, don't like it, don't want to see them. They should be abolished by now, but unfortunately, people look at them as a great money for value per square meter space, something like that. So yeah, not something great. Well, doesn't look very civilized, does it? It looks pretty bad. I mean, yeah. Not much you can say about that. From above, probably new constructions. Again, jamming together. They seems to have paved roads, so that's pretty good. But again, the urban code, the way they build, huge issue there, in my opinion. Unfortunately, we don't have a 360. What else? From above again, looks pretty nice. I mean, look at this area is not so bad. A bit more distance between the houses, but not that much. And it's nice green. They have nice roads. I mean, even Kosovo with the war and everything that happened there, still could look pretty good. The problem it is, yeah, it's Albanian fact here. The problem that I find, it's the lack again of the urban code, which I have to say over and over again, you don't need a California urban code that you cannot build anything. Just the right amount of legislation and bureaucracy to make sure that it's gonna look great in the end. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with buildings like this. Then that again should be absolutely, doesn't matter which city you are, should be absolutely abolished. I mean, like should be like worse than murder to build something like that. It's gonna kill your entire country very fast. Same story here. I mean, look at this. How you can build those clothes? I mean, like I said, we go into the urban area, everything goes down the hill. Again, I'm still waiting for that technology that was promised to us, that we can actually work from anywhere or stuff like that. So we can actually start moving outside the cities, because clearly it doesn't work. Not sure exactly what's happening here, but those are bars on the windows, or pretty much bars entire building. Yeah, it doesn't look, the city looks so much worse, than it's so much money to build and so much money to maintain. It just is not, doesn't make any economic sense in my opinion in the future. Right now, yeah, you can say it's the best one, because they don't even have paved roads here, by the way. Because they attract a lot of people and they say a lot of work, but that's not the case anymore. Yeah, we're gonna see a huge decline in the cities in the next century, if not starting from this one. Those are expensive car, by the way. So this is 2020 in the pandemic here. Pretty good. I mean, I don't see garbage that much, I guess. No, is that just stones, those, not garbage? So pretty good overall. Yeah, not garbage. Looking pretty good. Pretty good so far. Let me zoom back. Probably that's the border right there. Let's check this. I want to see the roads. Yeah, but I don't have that. The problem is still, it is a fairly new state. So there is clearly a problem with 360, and Street Views don't have that many. So I cannot judge them very properly on that. But that's an interesting house. I like it. So see, they have some nice new project when they... not sure exactly how much money you need to build something like that, but they have some really nice project. They have vision. That's what I'm trying to. They have vision. Some of them, they have vision, and that's good. But you need people in powerful position. Like I say, just abolish those apartments. Building is just absolutely horrible. This graffiti is pretty fucked up. This fence, whatever that is, looking pretty good, and they have paved roads here. So again, it looks better than I expected. I mean, it looks better than a lot of European countries. It looks definitely better than countryside of my country, for God's sake. I can't believe I say this. So again, back to the European Union. I don't see a need for that, at least from here. It's just, they seems like they could do pretty decent on their own. So yeah, that's... I mean, it's not gonna worth. That's the thing about right now. They judge European Union by they do a lot of good things. I'm not one of those people that's gonna say everything they do is bad. To stay away from them. No, they clearly have some really good good things going on. And but you can get inspiration from those. I mean, it's not a secret. You see what they done good and make it in your country, and just choose the good, leave out the bad. be part of European Union, you have to take the good with the bad. By not being part of them, we can take only the good, obviously. The problem is, like I said, they're doing a lot of good things too. I'm not gonna stay here and just say all bad things about them. They do a lot of good things. It's just, if you got, again, pretty well by now, it's not worth it to just destroy it from now on, because you have to judge the European Union not from what it used to be like 50 years ago or 20 years ago. You should look at them and expect to have the same achievements, let's say, good and bad, with what's happened in the last 10, maybe 15 years. That's exactly what you're going to import. What's happened in the last 10, 15 years, not how it used to be like 50 years ago. So don't think of that. And the time that they have to build what they have now, it took a lot of decades. So you're not going to have that in the same amount of time that they have. You're going to have a much longer by joining with them, obviously. And probably you have to import, like I say, a lot of those rules that they have, and you're not gonna like them, so we're gonna slow you down, actually. So if you live in a country that the corruption is going down, population is going down, and you see reform after reform and things improving, there's no need for a European Union or anything like that. If you don't see those things and you think by joining the European Union you're gonna see it, trust me, you don't. And the reason it's very simple. European Union, it's a country. Like, it's kind of behave like a country in some ways. It's a structure that they don't like reform. They don't like change, and especially the Western Europe, they got him. Oh, it's a Mercedes. That's expensive car. They got him. They got used to it with things how they are, and they didn't have to reform for a long time. So let's say having to reform, they will be met with a lot of pushback from their own people, from their own country. So it's easier to reform countries, ex-Soviet countries, Eastern European countries, ex-Yugoslavian countries, than Western Europe, in my opinion. It's gonna be much easier. The transition probably is gonna be shorter, but for Western European countries to reform, not a chance. Not in your lifetime, at least. And you have time to lose them more than your lifetime, then fine. Otherwise, it's not worth it. This is from almost 2,500 meters. 2019 looks pretty good. Unfortunately, again, I don't have that clear, and I always have to zoom out to make sure I'm not going that much outside the borders of the country. But seems to do pretty well. I mean, it's pretty decent. Again, not that much 360. Not every street it's paved. Not every street it's has a street view. Again, I don't like the design of the house, but it's at least a mother house. It's a bit better than this one, but you could done it much better, in my opinion. And take care of the yards. It looks much worse. So yeah, again, the same advice. If you got so far by now, trust me, joining the European Union is not gonna get you even further than this. It's probably gonna have another 10 years of, yeah, you're gonna see some improvement, then it's gonna slow down, and at some point it's just gonna pretty much stop. And that's it. Yeah, a lot of Albanian heritage here, so they have a lot of Albanians here. So no, they're doing pretty well. It's a small country with kind of big population, in my opinion. Too big. Not having those street views, it's kind of hard to see. Wow, that's a pretty nice perfume store here. Here's our cosmetic store, been pretty good. Not having these street views kind of bothers me a bit. Those apartment buildings, it's a no-no for me. It's just not even close. I mean, look at this. No, thank you. It looks absolutely horrible. This lady is pretty nice, but this one, no, God, no. It's a no-no. So yeah, if you stay away from the urban areas, you can do pretty well, I would say. That's pretty much available for almost everyone. Countryside looks much better. Oh, they even have a bench here. Okay. This 360, not so great, unfortunately. What is going on in here? Have some sort of a park here? Oh, yeah. Pretty interesting, yeah. Let's go with the numbers because we kind of check. We see the country itself, let's say. So, like I said, I didn't find specifically Kosovo on that side, so I kind of have to go with the Wikipedia on this one. Kosovo population, they peak in 1997 and around 2.1 million, 2.2 million people. And now it's around 1.6 million people. As you can see, they declining. But back in 1950s, if I'm not mistaken, there was like 760,000 people around that. And you can see they grow and now they decreasing. As you can see. Fertility rate, wow, fertility rate, look at this. In 1950, it has 7.7, the highest recorded, which is insane. And now they got down to 1.95, so just got below replacement. We have a year when they got below replacement exactly. 2013, so more than 10 years ago, they got below replacement. They kind of stay steady here, but the trend is obviously they're gonna go down and down. Watch this, like I said, 1950, 764,000 people. And then they got the peak, like I say, it was around 2.18 in 1997, and now they're just going down and down, which is pretty good. I guess it's a small country. They should have like 100,000 people for such a small land, but probably at some point they're gonna enjoy Albania. I'm not sure. They seems to have a lot of Albanians there. We're gonna see that in a second. What else can we find here? Those are divorce rate. I'm not that interested in that. Look at this. The last census, 2024, they have 91% Albanians. So yeah, you can see it's pretty much Albania there. So a lot of influence. Let's say economic wise, yeah, not so well. 12.6 billion US dollars and nominal, and PPP around 32 billion US dollars. For 1.5 million people, not so great. Growing rate was like 4% in 20 estimates for the end of the year. Per capita, it's around 8,000 US dollars and PPP around 20,000 US dollars. I guess for such a small economies, again, they have the jump starts, like I say, the jump start of the economy. People are gonna move outside the country in the go to work in the European countries and then go back with the money and use it to build houses. And some of them, I mean, a good jump start would be like going outside the European, the country, go to the European Union or whatever country in Europe, make a lot of money, go home, buy a nice piece of land, big one, make a good taste house, and while you are there, whatever you're doing there, make some, I don't know when I say studies, but acquire some knowledge and then go back in the country with that knowledge and some money and start a business, start to actually improve. And you don't need to go outside to work anymore. You just have to employ the people that you have in your local areas and improve it. But for that one, you need the support of the government in your country. And the best support for that is low corruption and low bureaucracy. If you have those two, and obviously the rule of law and property rights, you can do very well in a very small amount of time, like 10 years, 15 years. You can do very, very well there. We will see. Maybe there will be countries that are going to take this advice, let's say, not especially for me, but from their own people, I guess. And we will see how they're going to end up in the future. Average net salary, yeah, it's 552 euros. Very, very small. Yeah, things are cheap there, but you need some money to be able to participate, let's say, on the global market. Let's call it like that. Main export, they export a lot to Albania and they import a lot from Turkey. I think they are, again, something like 90% Muslim population there. So we're gonna look at that immediately. Corruption. Well, let's see how corruption is doing here in Kosovo. And I think we have on this side. And exactly, yeah, Kosovo. 44 points and they got up 10 points. So that corruption, low corruption, they're on the good path. They're still perceived as more corrupt country, but it's going up with the points. So I guess there is hope there for a really, really improvement. Official language is Albanian and Serbian. 90% Albanians. It's gonna be Albanian pretty much. Ethnic group, like I say, 91% Albanians, which is insane. Probably that's why they got the war with Serbia. Religion, 93 Islam. To be honest, I mean, I see some mosque there. I'm not blind about it, but not a strong one. Like, I mean, judging by how they build, how they doing things there, didn't leave me with that feeling of Muslim people that we see in pretty much 100% Muslim countries. I just don't see it. It feels clearly much more European to me than a Muslim country. It really does. It feels different. Yeah, they have a lot of those probably from the war. I mean, even how they build things, how they make the street. It doesn't feel very Muslim to me. I have to say, it feels clearly a different thing, their own thing, their European one. It feels like that to me. And I see pretty much by this time almost all the countries in the world. Yeah, €1 the store. It doesn't feel, and it's clean. Usually in a Muslim country, as we saw, the streets are not exactly that clean. So here it's different. Unfortunately, we cannot see this one. Oh, we can see it. This is a store. That's pretty nice and expensive. Yeah, it's a different kind of thing in my opinion. It's just it's better. It is better. It's an expensive car, by the way. God. I mean, again, I don't like those buildings, but at least they built something, but not like this. Just a waste of money, in my opinion. You should not encourage things like that, even though buying, or just give them the prices in 2025. Not sure exactly the local currency, but probably it's gonna be cheaper than or not, no, than mainland Europe. Let's say the mainland, than European countries, European Union countries. And again, they seem to do pretty fine. I don't think they need it. I don't think they need it, in my opinion. The European Union feels like they could done very well without them. Okay. So, blah, 93% Islam. Again, it doesn't feel like that to me. Just doesn't. And the currency, they're using euros. I think they have an agreement. Hopefully I didn't fuck this up, but yeah, I don't think they are European Union. It's not the EU country, definitely. It's a potentially not even a candidate. That's good. Yeah, they have an agreement, a monetary agreement. They're using euros. They should switch from that. Not exactly a great, but fine, I guess. Yeah, again, yeah, a lot of Orthodox Church, Christian Church, and some mosque. 90% Muslim again. That's a nice bridge here. Yeah, they show us the war. Like I said, it's pretty much Albania here. Probably, like I said, at some point they're gonna go with reunification, I guess, or unification with the Albanians. Who knows? We will see. Oh, that's a nice picture. I mean, look at this. That feels like the Alps. This one the same. Looking pretty good. Lake the same. I mean, again, outside the country, outside the urban area, they're doing very well. They have some law in Kosovo. I guess they have some problems there if they show it here. But they're doing pretty well. They're looking. That's a mosque, probably. Yeah. No, library. Okay. Where they got this lake? Have an opening to the sea that I don't see it. It's a landlocked country, for God's sake. Nice. Some sort of a green energy there. Yeah, overall, that's pretty good. And judging again by what I saw, I wish we can see more of 360. They have Rita Ora left and Dua Lipa, both singers that came from Kosovo. I thought they were from Albania, Rita Ora, but it's from the Kosovo. I guess they have even some stars from there. They're doing pretty well so far. Have some local food here. I mean, doing pretty well. Again, that Yugoslav influence, should I call it, compared with the Eastern Europe communist states, you kind of see it. And they're doing pretty well. They again, I wish we have more 360 and especially street views, but they seems to do pretty decent. Wow, that's a nice house. Oh, it's a church or something like that. I mean, it looks very nice. I mean, they have some decent vision. Again, I wish they can see more of those houses here. They have like paved roads here, but not here. A bit jamming together, which I don't like it. But keep in mind, look at this. Open mind, like I say, come here and buy some land. Came here. You buy all this land for cheap, or even this one for cheap. And this is how it will be like the standard patch. The standard patch for the land, for a house, and then you build a house there. And the next guy is gonna come right next to it and build a lot of big land, and so on, so on. Keep in mind the population is going down, so the land is not gonna be a problem in my opinion. But the houses and the aesthetic of the town, the city is not gonna look like this. Which like look how horrible it is. Everyone jamming. Clearly they have some money for construction, or maybe that cheap. So money for construction, it is there at least. But the land is not. And the land, when I say the land is not, I mean look at this. They are pretty much huge lands there, but they're kind of jamming everyone together, which is a really bad policy in my opinion. And they should move away as fast as they can for that, because you don't want to live like this. I mean, it might work for the Western Europe, which they already have it, and some other things. But here you have an opportunity to improve that, and you should not give up on that, in my opinion. It's just clearly you have the money for houses, which already houses, it feels way too big, in my opinion. Way too big houses for way too smaller lands. So we should switch, have a bigger land with a smaller house. It's gonna be much better. You know why? Because you can build another house, or you extend that house with time, because you have the land. If you don't have the land here, you can do not, you can do shit. So yeah, that's my opinion. Overall, again, a nice surprise. It looks pretty well. They're doing pretty decent so far, and the same problem, the same thing. What I think about this, it's I don't see a really improvement joining the European Union. Just don't see it, in my opinion. You have the local government demand more, demand good planning, and the rest of them you have to pull your weight too. Like I say, go in the West if you want, make some money there, came back, try to build better and smaller on the bigger land. I mean, this is a huge house. Nobody needs that much of the house. I mean, it's better, like I said, to have bigger lands, and you have a house for you, and then buy another lands, and your kid is gonna have their own house. They don't have to live in the same house. Those are huge houses. That's way too big. The land, it's pretty decent size, I have to say. The land, it's fine here. Could be better, but it's decent. But hopefully that's just one family here. Just, I don't know, they have two houses on the same land. But yeah, somehow they have the money. Like I say, probably they go, or it's very cheap. Materials are very cheap there. And here in the West, we got used to it with those super expensive one for no reason. That could be also true. Because they seems like they really build a lot here, and there are most of them where I see there's new construction. Again, I don't understand why they build these things here. Just a waste of materials, in my opinion. No offense with your neighbor or whatever that's happening, to house on the same land, that's pretty bad. And you need, when you build that tall, which should not be allowed, by the way. I mean, a house on the single floor is gonna look 10 times better. You need to have trees here. You need to have taller trees to have some privacy. But again, they have the land here. I mean, look at this. They clearly don't miss that. Here again, jamming together. But again, that's my opinion. So yeah, that was the Kosovo. Very, again, pleasing surprise for. I couldn't believe it, but it is. So those ex-Yugoslav countries so far looks pretty good, and I intentionally start from the south part, except the Serbia that I make quite a few time ago, and going up north, which those I think they're gonna look even better, but I'm not sure exactly. Slovenia, I know it looks great, and they have even great economics. That's gonna be the last one that I check here. It's gonna be interesting to see how they're doing there. But even here in Kosovo, that they have such a bad press, let's say, they still doing pretty well. They seems to have new houses. The cars are pretty good. The roads are pretty decent. Yeah, again, they have the same problem with the building code and urbanization, but hopefully they're gonna somehow manage that to do it better. Fortunately, the population is going down, so the land is going to be much more available, but we will see. So if you're living in this country and see this video, just leave a comment, say how things really out there, because from above, it looks pretty decent to me. So yeah, check the other videos that I make, and see you next time.